Hey,
Show me something. Show me a miracle.
hey, hey, there you
I'm
go.
looking for a miracle. I believe the impossible. I feel inchangeable.
Here we go. Oh,
Is this okay?
that is good. That is good. There's gonna be times where I might pop you on full screen, but you
Okay.
are good.
Should I turn vertical? Would that be
Vertical, because I'm vertical, because I'm horizontal. It always make, yeah. There you go. There you go.
okay? Then hold on a second. Is that too low or
That's perfect. That's perfect. Again,
no? Because I
yeah.
wanted to see if I needed to. Hold on a second. You know what? Let me just be on the safe side.
All right.
You know,
Never wanna meet.
I apologize. That was my sister calling me. Um, she called literally right before I was about to put on Do Not Disturb and hit the link.
Oh, you know you
And
got.
well, I mean, she's a stroke patient. So it's been, just trying to get everybody on board with realizing that she's made a major change in her life and everybody needs to just get on board, and I think like for a lot of people, when somebody makes it through something like that and they make it through it, they automatically register them as okay and
Right.
never realize that there's a process to recovery,
Yeah, I
a
think more
process
so
to hmm?
they they look at the signs and say, okay, if they look okay,
Then
they're
they
okay.
are okay.
Yeah,
And that's not how it works.
yeah. No.
Because most people who have been through some crazy shit, the last thing they want to admit is that they're not at their best.
That,
So
it
it's
seems like
yeah.
you go through a normal life and then all of a sudden you're not normal, and yeah, you're right to admit that it's almost like succumbing to it.
Yeah.
But that
But
does also help
meanwhile,
as far as
people
recovery.
nobody understands that you're still not okay.
That is facts. That is facts. Well,
So it's like a
prayers
catch 22. Oh no,
as
she's
always.
good. I cussed everybody out before I went to go off to prepare for filming over the weekend and all of that. And apparently it went well because she said ever since I've gone, everyone has been amazing to her. People even took the children away. She got to sit in her living room and watch movies with her fiance.
There you go. There you go. A blessed day. A blessed
And
day.
even though we didn't get to do the baskets last night, we're going to do them this afternoon and then we're going to put them out and the kids are going to go. It's going to be great.
Yeah. No. So again, before we even get started, again, I
I'm
wanted to say,
listening. I'm just grabbing my blackberry
no,
moonshine. I think I'm going to need to have it close by.
keep it close by. Keep it close by.
So talk to me.
Wait, hold on. Is that the blackberry moonshine? Is that not no more pineapples or the blackberry? So what is the blackberry better than the peaches or?
Well, no, everything is its own experience.
Okay,
But
okay.
see, I like it because I put it in my lemonade. And
There
there's
you go.
nothing like a good smooth blackberry lemonade and it's moonshine.
Come on, come on.
So we showed them the peaches.
We showed them the peaches,
And guess what?
and
After
now
I
you're gonna put them
see,
on the blackberry.
yeah, got to blackberry.
Yeah,
Do I look okay when I walk away? I don't look too crazy, right?
as long as you're here, present in the spirit, and I can hear you, we're good to go.
Okay, no, I know. I was just checking on
It,
my baby. I was checking on Jaguar to make sure, just in case she wanted to come and talk to you for
oh
a
yeah,
second.
make sure she's sidelined. Make sure she's ready. She's the sixth man. If she needs to
Oh,
jump in,
without a doubt.
yeah, it's boom. She's the
I did.
she's the Jaquilla. She's the
I
sixth man.
gotta make sure. See, it's just the thing. Like it's with the green screen and the lighting. I wish I had my ring cam.
Yeah,
But you see, my
yeah.
baby got her bun on.
I see the bun. I see the bun. They love the bun. They love the bun.
Hi,
Oh yeah,
Joseph.
yeah.
How
Jaquilla.
you doing?
How you doing,
How you
Jaquilla?
doing?
Yeah.
How you doing? What's going on?
I'm loving the bunt. I'm loving the bunt. Yes, sir. Jaquilla, man. No, that's I want to play Sunny Days.
Yes. I can't wait because I'm gonna do my own ghetto version where I change the lyrics for when she goes live.
Hey, and like I said, you inspired me, so
Well, no, because she's Jaquilla and she's been through a lot, and she has all of her stories from the Sesame Street streak offs.
oh, not the street offs.
Yeah, it's the streak off, not the freak off, but the streak
The
off.
street
Yeah.
offs. Right behind where Oscar the Grouch was, like
Well,
in behind the
Oscar the
alley.
Grouch is technically Trashy K the Grouch.
Only pop out when
Yeah, when some bullshit is going on. And with nothing of real value to say.
I'm telling you. Well, Jack, before we get started, it's Easter. We're doing this on
Yeah.
Easter Sunday. It's Easter, and before we even do, and we're here to just even recap the interview you did. But first of all, happy Easter. What is your take on like Easter nowadays? Because I feel like it's kind of lost its meaning for what it was.
I mean,
What it's
it's
supposed to
totally
be.
lost its meaning. Just like Christmas.
Man.
And that's what happens when you take a society and you build it around a construct of lies. People just fall for anything.
All right. It used to be Jesus has risen on the third day, but now it's about Easter Bunny and selling eggs.
Well, see, this is the thing. You got to remember something. A lot of people have the story of the resurrection misinterpreted. See, for those people who decided to move away from the traditional Sabbath that God actually instituted upon the creation of the earth and man, and when they decided that they wanted to start celebrating on Sunday instead, so that they could make a social, I guess, detente between the pagans and true followers of Christ. The pagans agreed to accept Christ as long as they got to do it on the day of the sun god. Church and state screwing everything up. And now people like to say, like, I hate when I hear ministers say, and you know that Sunday is the blessed day because he rested all weekend and he rose on a Sunday, and that's the day. No, a lot of people fall for that because they don't acknowledge the reality of the Sabbath. See, Yeshua finished laboring in this life on Golgotha, at Calvary. On Friday, he before the sun sets. Sabbath comes in sunset Friday and it ends sunset Saturday. So see, when the Sabbath was present, Yeshua was at rest. See, that's the truth of the resurrection. Christ rested on Saturday. He was so obedient to his Father that he made sure he got his dying done before the sun came down.
That's real.
And when he rose was on Sunday, after the practice of his Father's Sabbath was done. So unless you know the history of Sabbath and the history of the lies in the church, you're going to believe that Sunday is the day because whoop-de-whoop-de-woo and Jesus rose and all of this stuff. But more importantly than that, all of the Easter egg nonsense and all of that craziness, it makes people forget about what this weekend is really about. And what this weekend is really about is the sacrifice. And it's so funny because the word sacrifice is being discussed a lot. We got people sacrificing their lives. We got people sacrificing others' lives. We have people sacrificing careers, this, that, and the third. But the greatest sacrifice of all was Yeshua giving his life to give us salvation. That's the whole point. If we're not celebrating the perpetual second chance that we get because of that, yeah, you probably just
No,
gonna go there.
it's interesting that we've commercialized Easter and commercialized Christmas to the point Jesus's birth, Jesus's death is
Yeah.
now more so about eggs and presents and it's interesting that we've gotten so far removed.
Commerce and consumership. That's what it is. Because Yeshua wasn't even born in December. He was born in the spring. I don't know if he was an Aries or a Taurus, but he was born at that time, which is around this time. So, if we had to celebrate his life and his death in the same time, then, all of the money that they have planned for that. So they spreaded it out. Yeah. And then they put Christmas at the end to make sure that everybody had a chance to finish their business in black and not in red. Yeah. Ain't got nothing to do with God.
Definitely.
Ain't got nothing to do with God.
You mentioned yourself that you were looking to go do some Easter egg hunting.
Yes, with my nieces and nephews and my god kids and my family. It's gonna be fabulous.
So are you gonna preach to the kids while they're hunting for the Easter eggs? The real meaning of Easter?
No, the preaching was done Friday night.
Okay.
See, we already honored what we needed to honor. Now we get to have fun and act like everyone else.
Well, there you go. Well, happy Easter either way, and thank you for even taking time out to come and do this recap with me, man. So first and foremost, I do these Joker reacts to the interviews we do. Wait a minute. And it's
before we get started.
Oh yeah, please. Oh,
I should have told you to get yours.
Yeah, geez, Louise, this is all I got right now. Let's
Do assume. You still have yours?
I still have mine, but it's not. It's at the studio.
We going deep. Area 51.
Area.
Salute.
I like how you started at Area 51. I like that. We're gonna get to that. We're gonna get to that. But
it's some Twilight Zone going on out here, G.
Yeah, no, definitely. So no, normally I do these Joker reacts. I react to interviews that we do, and it's very rare that I have someone come on to react to their own interview with me. But I felt this was necessary, and thank you for just even saying you'll come on.
Why would I say
you
no?
haven't been on the channel for a while on the RealLyfe Street Stars channel.
Why would I say no?
Exactly. Thank you. And I just want to get your first.
That goes on in the backdrop, but at the end of the day, no matter what it looks like to the world, we know the job that we have to do. I don't consider this socializing. I don't even consider this content creating. I consider this constant, perpetual PSAs on behalf of a very angry God.
Come on.
Really?
But let me ask you, I haven't seen you on the channel for a while. We do a 3.5 hour interview. We just put all the parts out. Y'all go watch it if y'all need to. What would you say, looking at the reaction of that interview, what was your initial take as far as being, and mind you, again, we did it virtual. We normally love to do the in-person on the blue couch.
It's just not safe.
Exactly. And
it's not safe for you. It's not safe for me right now. There's too many lies. There's too much craziness going on, and everyone's trying to line everyone up. And I'm sick and tired of people coming back to us with information saying that you guys are trying to set us up. You guys are going to get us arrested. You guys are going to do this. And who needs all that extra angst?
Yeah, it definitely does cloud a lot of,
And one day I'm sure, me and that couch will have another moment. But in the meantime, in between time, the information is still there. And that's really what's important. Yeah, and this way, now nobody gets to blame you for setting me up. Nobody gets to harass me and tell me that the gems are coming. The gems. Like I'm sick and tired of feeling like Anne Frank before I do a Blue Couch interview now.
Yes, and that's crazy. That again, the everything that you say has gone to the point where you do have to look at the closest ones to you to say, man, who can I trust in this game? Because you're giving a lot of information out to where when you go into a city and you just don't know where it could come from, it's better to stay vigilant. It's just,
it keeps everybody safe. And let's just be clear. There are nuts out there who hate what I'm doing and will want me to stop by any means necessary. And when I think about you guys and I think about your families, I don't want to bring that there.
Yeah.
I know your kids.
Man, and it's
You know, a lot of
crazy.
people say they say all kinds of things about me, but I love children. I do.
Kids love you.
And for me to make the choice to come there, knowing that the kids are there working sometime, I would never want anything to happen where they would be forced to be traumatized for the rest of their lives. Even
You
the
know,
grown ones.
and I haven't spoke to you about this, but I want to just kind of bring it up now because we had Angelo come on,
I
and
know.
Angelo spoke a lot about what people didn't know, and he to have 2 interviews done where we've only heard about him for years, and then of course his untimely.
And then the second that he comes on that couch, he's dead less than 2 months later.
It's even for me, it's hard to process that.
He sat there and he told y'all they had money on him, they had money on me. That wasn't a lie. And the details of his death are still being concealed,
And what people
except for
don't
the
know,
phone call that I got from a friend of mine who told me everything. And out of respect for all parties involved, I'm just glad my friend got to die a hero.
there you go, there you go. Yeah, I was able to speak with Angelo days after the interview, and he had plans.
Mm.
He was looking like he was wanting to start something new. He saw what we could be, and he's like, I really like what you guys are doing, and he had plans. And man, for that to have happened just a month or so after, man, again,
It was
God
like the
bless him.
second he left Dallas, those were his last days being counted. And I wish I could have made um we all got what we got and we got to carry what we got to carry, and that's just that.
Without question, without question.
Unfortunately for me, the money on him is now all on me.
Mm,
And that's just that.
yeah,
And
that's
you
just
know
that.
what? He carried my burden. I'll carry his.
There you go. Again, God bless. God bless. Um, with that being
Salute
said,
to Angelo Manerchi.
no, definitely, definitely. And I'm
Prince
so
among Prince among men.
I'm so happy. Most people like that don't get a moment on a platform like ours to speak and to have that as a memory for his family, for his
I'm
family. Like, man,
glad that we got that done. I'm glad that the women in his life, especially his daughters, the babies, the grandkids, I'm glad that anytime they want to go see Pop Pop, they can just get on YouTube and go over to the blue couch and listen to Pop Pop tell the world, how to be smart, how to survive, how to make sure you're making the most out of everything, whether it's good or bad.
definitely, definitely.
It was probably one of the best educational pieces you guys have ever done. And you did it with a mobster, so.
I'm telling you, it took us out of our comfort zone, but it's something that we needed to do. So, again, thank you for even bringing him in our lives because that's a side we don't see.
Joker?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Oh, no.
Oh, you got me. You got me.
Yeah, no, it was like, you said it was out of our comfort zone, but
Oh,
like it went just like that.
internet, Wi-Fi. No,
Yeah, devil fire.
and that I want to lead into the interview itself that you did. A lot of people, and again, I hate to read all comments and go from there, but a lot of people were almost upset that you were back on Real Life Street Stars, back to
Oh, no,
speaking
no,
the
no, no,
truth.
no, no, no. It wasn't a lot of people. It was about 425 people exactly. I know every last one of their screen names. I know their account activity. I know how many subscribers they have. I know it all. That's why, honestly, after we wrapped, I haven't even watched anything. I didn't want to watch anything. I knew we were doing this recap, and I wanted to just be able to speak with you. Number one, you know how I am.
Correct.
I watch, and then I don't watch. But this I didn't want to watch because I just wanted to see what the reaction was going to be. Who was going to be silent? Who was going to be loud? Who was going to speak up? Who was going to deflect? But yeah, no, the troll farm and both of them, because there's one in the United States now and then there's one in the UK. So they're all working in tandem. And I know people are up in arms about you putting up that clip about Atwood, but it's all real and it's all true. And guess what? Everyone keeps saying, oh, it's good that he's paying her dust and that he's not responding. He can't respond. Isn't that right? You can't say a word. Nor am I interested. The only thing I would like to see is for you to produce the documents that your lawyer sent you stating why you had to take down all of the Diddy content that had meat in it. And it's funny because people like to take that story and spin it as, oh, he had to take it down because she was lying. No, not true. Not true at all. Because guess who was in all of that footage that he took down as well? Courtney Burgess's lying ass, Ariel Kidd's lying ass, Lamisha Fuller's lying ass, Adria English lying ass, Chris Todd's lying ass. Why is nobody questioning him about the fact that he hosted all of those fake Diddy people? Why is nobody holding him accountable for Lamisha Fuller at all in any way? Not just him and Liar B down there in Tampa, Florida. And by the way, did you know that Liar B is from Panama City, Florida?
Okay.
Guess who else is from Panama City, Florida? Trashy the Grouch. And they're right around the same age. She's in Florida, he's in Florida. They both from the same swamp town. What are the odds that they don't know each other? I've been to Panama City. I went to all of the schools to look up the school records of who've been there. Why does nobody hold these people accountable? Because it's very clear that Lamisha Fuller was never at a Diddy party. Lamisha Fuller was never teleported by the diddler. Lamisha Fuller is a prostitute, a convicted prostitute many times over, who is in a very, very, very volatile and violent relationship with a man who works at Yellow Beezy's trap house. Yeah, you didn't know that? Oh, yeah.
News.
Adria English told me all about it. I got it on record.
Oof.
When she said how Lamisha Fuller's boyfriend pulled a pow-pow out on her and threatened to unalive them both if they ever mention Yellow Beezy or that house again in one of their interviews. Lamisha Fuller was just live earlier today in church with 3 people watching. Nobody's come for her yet. Nobody's come for her at all. All of the lies that she told, all of the everything that she told, she should have been sued by now. She should be arrested for tampering with evidence and public corruption, because everything that she did forced Anna Kane out of her Jane Doe status for her to be hunted down. And meanwhile, while I was sitting on the Sean Atwood platform, his cohort, Ron, who, by the way, Ron, I still have all of those crazy WhatsApp messages that you left us, sounding like a surefire nut, talking about cosmic Avengers and how you, me, and big Homie.CC and Beverly Rose was going to be the new squad of truth and all of this, and how you've been getting messages from here. It sounds like you need to be on medication, honestly. You're a very unhinged fellow. Too much energy, really. I don't know how you had that much with all them kids you got. They should tire you out. I don't get it. But all that being said, it was Ron who was used as the inceptor to try to convince me that I knew Lamisha Fuller at one time when I said very clearly I didn't. I pulled the pin out of the Courtney Burgess thing. I pulled the pin out of the Adria English Lamisha Fuller thing. I straight pointed good finger at Ariel Kidd, and I destroyed Chris Todd. These were all of the people that was on that footage that he was forced to take down legally. Otherwise, he was going to lose his Yeah, it sounds cute. Or maybe that was just a nice cover up so you could cover your so you wouldn't get pulled in and hauled in the court for trying to fix a Diddy case. Meanwhile, Ron told me for himself that they have their own troll farm, but they're trolling for good. And they go out after cyber criminals who are involved with the teleporting into this and that. And they do to them what they do to other people. And they do this. And you know what? All of that sounds real good, except for one thing. Trolling, troll farming, and cyber hunting and stalking is a skill. That's it. It's a skill. It's not a calling from God. It's a skill, which you can use for the right reasons or the wrong reasons whenever you choose. So the simple fact that you had no problem admitting to me that you do the exact same thing that the United States troll farm has been doing to me for the past 5 years, I don't know how you didn't see that I was looking at you sideways from top, G. But then when his moderators that he sent over to our platforms to support and encourage because they loved and believed in us, next thing you know, they're starting all kinds of fights, all kinds of wars, race wars, this, that. Then we start finding out that the people that we gave riches to were sabotaging our platform in the backdrop. Kaza Bear and all of them. Slamerican and all of them. They actually went into Set in the West comments and started dropping monkeys in the chat. These are Atwood people. Then, when he was called out on it, oh, well, I don't think that they meant anything racial by it. I think that they just meant, they were tired of the monkey business. Then they could have just said they were tired of the monkey business. Why would you just blatantly come in a black person's chat dropping monkeys? And then, when we addressed Sean Atwood about it, oh, well, I didn't know anything. I didn't know. Oh my God, oh my word. No, I don't think I think you're taking it the wrong way. Ron is very good cop, bad cop. Come on, man. Stop insulting my intelligence. It was Shane from the Atwood show, who's the Atwood booker that was running around from Discord to Discord, and I have all the screenshots about him bragging about how he had full access and control to me, and that he could get me on camera anytime, and that he's going ride the Jag train to glory and all of that. Yeah, while he was busy sitting with other troll farmers like Andre Titties Jr., creating race wars amongst everyone in the sector, when what we were supposed to be focusing on is saving the children and bringing down the diddler and figuring out how to stop making ditties. All of this confusion that's happened in the past 3.5 months all came from the Atwood platform. Those are facts.
Did you see what Atwood's ratings were before you jumped on that?
No, I didn't know he existed. I never heard about him until my producer said that they reached out and that they wanted to support me because they thought what happened to me with Pierce Morgan was total crap. So I'm trying to figure out, how do you come to help me and all you do is make trouble? Now they got this dumb Canadian bird who's apparently auditioning to be the new robot, talking about me all day, every day, lying on me, saying all kinds of stuff. And well, she's her own person who came from your platform, because I didn't know that Meghan Markle nut, I didn't know she existed either.
They come out the woodworks. They come out the woodworks.
Roaches always do when you turn on the lights.
Man. All right, well,
I wish they keep scattering and scat out of my kitchen.
yeah. Well, they would say, do you feel like, you invited that into your
No,
world?
I
It's just,
didn't
did you?
invite that.
Yeah, should you have vetted things more, or?
God vets for me. And the second that I realized what they was trying to pull with Courtney Burgess, I was in. That Lamisha Fuller bust out was brilliant. Oh, she sat there and I kept telling her, please stop. Just stop. Stop lying. You don't know me. But you was my driver. You was my Uber driver. I never drove for Uber. I only drove for Lyft. And I didn't start doing that until 2016 when I moved to Dallas. It's funny, people always keep trying to put me in places where I wasn't when I wasn't. It's funny because you can tell how stupid they are because all they would have to do was go to my Instagram and literally look at my timeline.
It's documented. It's documented.
Like that lawsuit. I had posts. You could see the huge gap in my posts from when I got arrested to when I came back. My friend said, we are friends of Jaguar Wright. We are doing this for her. They were selling self-love t-shirts to raise money for my bond fee because my bond would have been $30K in cash.